Diablo 4 released June 5th, 2023, and as of the time I'm recording this, it has been well over 6 months by a couple days since the release of this game. So I'm going to answer the question, is Diablo 4 worth it half a year later? So first off, I'm pretty sure it's no secret if you're watching this video that you understand that Diablo 4 had mixed reviews upon its launch. It seemed to really split the community into two parts on this game. Like, some people really love this game and some people criticize it heavily. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So we're going to start with the criticisms that many fans of the series have with this game in particular. So some criticisms of this game is that the items are bad, the skill tree doesn't offer many options for customization, the mob density is low, Diablo 4 characters do not feel powerful, Diablo 4 is too easy, and it's very limited to build options. Now, I want to talk about these critiques because that's basically a summary of, all of the main concerns about this game. I don't think a lot of those are valid. I'm sorry. Especially 6 months after the game, there has been a ton of updates to kind of, change this and help out these criticisms. And I just think that some of those criticisms are just flat out wrong, bro. Diablo 4 can be very challenging. I don't think it's too easy whatsoever. There's so much, depth to your build and, all these strategies you can take to approaching something like a dungeon on a tier 4 world. Like, it gets hard. And I think Diablo 4 does a good job at easing new players into the game, and that's why it's easy at first. I do think at the start it is easier than other Diablo games, but I think it is very casual friendly and it does a good job at holding your hand until, the harder, more difficult tiers. Now let's get into the main story in the campaign. Now, a lot of people also criticize this game for its campaign, but nobody plays Diablo for the campaign, okay? And I think that the campaign in this Diablo in particular is actually very, very good, and it acts as almost a tutorial into the game. Like, this is a online loot based game. Like, that's basically the best way to describe it. You're not playing Diablo for the campaign, okay? Let's just get that out of the way. Now, with that being said, this game isn't for everybody. I will say that, not because it's too hard or too complicated. Anybody can get into this game, but a lot of people may find this game to be tedious because a lot of the fun that is to be had in Diablo is, running around, leveling up your character, doing activities with friends, and basically the end goal at the end of every single Diablo season is to hit level 100. It's a lot of grinding, but it is pretty cool to hit level 100 and be like, yo, I actually did that, I grinded that. But yeah, it's basically going to be fighting a lot of monsters and getting a lot of loot. And that is basically all Diablo has ever been. So that's why I say that it is for a niche group of people. Not everybody's going to like it because some people may find it boring. Me personally, I think Diablo is a great game to just play every now and then, bro. It's like, I always need a Diablo fix every now and then. So this is a game I often find myself returning to anytime a new season drops. Now, while we're on the topic of new seasons, let's get the obvious out of the way, and probably your guys' biggest concern. Yes, there is battle passes in this game, unfortunately. You know how I feel about battle passes. However, I will say that the battle passes are purely cosmetic only, and they don't really offer anything beneficial other than making your guy look cool. And honestly, I never really buy the battle passes because if I want my dude to look cool, I will literally just get high level armor and put it on him or something like that. Like, it really does not matter to me. If this is a game you play often, or you're going to play often, it's not a bad idea, but I really don't like a battle pass in this game just because it is full price. At least I got it for full price, bro. And that kind of irks me a little bit, but it's not like there's any game breaking pay to win things here, so there's that. Now, you guys are also probably wondering, is this even worth your money? Is it worth full price? Me personally, I would say it is worth full price because of two things. One, if you really enjoy these looter type of games, I think that you're going to have a fun time in Diablo 4 even 6 months later, and that kind of feeds into my next point. Diablo games have notoriously long lifespans, okay? Like, look at a game like Diablo 3. People basically played the crap out of it until Diablo 4 came out, and that game came out around 2011, 2012, I want to say. I can't really remember, bro. I was like a tiny kid when that game came out. I remember my uncles playing that at a family reunion when it just dropped, and I was like 10, bro. Like, it has been a while. Diablo 2 had great longevity, and I think Diablo 4 is going to be one of those games as well. Like, this is like a decade-long game, bro. And, it gets free updates too. That's what's really nice, is anytime a new season drops, it's basically like a new DLC being added. You see with other Diablo games, like for example Diablo 3, there were expansions that you had to play for, but now that they have adopted the seasonal type of business model, you get free DLCs, and it's not like it's locked behind a paywall. So I really do like that here. I think this game has great longevity. So if you are looking for a game that you're going to be playing a while, and you're going to be hopping on and off it for a couple years, I think Diablo is for you, bro, because these games notoriously have insanely long lifespans. People still play like Diablo 2, bro, and that game came out in like the early 2000s, the 90s or something like that. Like, it was crazy old, bro. Adding on to that, a lot of people will criticize the simplicity of these games and just say it's like, brainless or whatever. And me personally, I actually really like that it is, pretty simple, and you can kind of just turn your brain off and mash buttons, because if you're busy with like work or something, or me personally, I was busy with college, I found myself playing Diablo a lot, bro, just because you can hop on, do some quick activities, and just call it good, whatever. You hop on, do some quick activities, do some homework, whatever. Like, whatever the case is, this game is really simple, and you can play hours and hours and hours, and still have a fun time. But you can also put a little bit of time in periodically, and you can still get a lot out of it. And I really enjoy it, and that's why I like Diablo games personally, just because it's a blast. And you're playing with your friends. It's not like you're coordinating anything crazy. Most of the time, you're just gonna be chilling with your boys, just mashing buttons and fighting monsters. It's pretty cool. I really like it. I like that it's a more chill, laid back game, but it can also be very high intensity too once you start getting into those higher difficulties, and that is what makes it fun as well. So I feel like it has the best of both worlds for casual and hardcore players. So wrapping this video up, if you're somebody who is looking to get into Diablo 4, you've never played a Diablo game, or you've thought about buying it before, I'm here to say that it is worth the purchase even 6 months after its release. I can't speak for anything longer than that, because I can't predict the future, but if I had to make an educated guess, I would say that this game would be pretty well off in the next couple years moving forward, just because of the lifespan these games have. So I absolutely think that Diablo 4 is worth it, bro. I've had a fun time on it. It has its downsides, with battle passes and everything, but in my opinion, if you don't let that blind you from how great this game is, especially if you like looting based games, I think you will have a fun time here. But yeah, man, that wraps up this video, and I hope you guys actually take away something from this. If you're somebody who's deciding whether or not you want to play this game moving forward into 2024, I think I will be playing this game pretty often still, just because it's convenient and it's nice. So yeah, make sure you guys drop a sub, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.